So I completely forgot that I was planning on making a video for the Hollow Knight helmet. So this is gonna be like a vlog video, but I've already done half the helmet. I'm sorry. Okay, let me explain the chaos of how this pattern works. This pattern will be available on my Patreon. I don't know if I'm gonna have a pattern for any of the rest of this costume once I finish making it, because I still don't know how I'm making the rest of it, but it will be chaotic and it will be way more work than it needs to be. Editing Annie. So real quick, I forgot to mention that the pattern that I'm using is from Jet Craft. I'm going to link them so that y'all can go check out their video. They used a Pepakura pattern that they scaled up to work for their size, it worked for me as well, to create a paper craft Hollow Knight helmet. I took that pattern and then I went and converted it into a way that would work for me to be able to create an EVA foam pattern, because I wanted to have it out of foam so I could throw it and not have to worry about it getting crushed. I'll link their stuff up above and down below, so definitely please go check their stuff out. They have a really great tutorial on how they did that. And then my pattern that I will have available on Patreon is literally going to be a free pattern for anyone who wants to download it. And it's just the chaos pattern that I created out of their existing pattern, but to use for EVA foam instead of cardboard. For the pattern, to make my life easier, because I don't like having a bunch of little tiny pieces, I just have two massive pieces cut with these weird like curved sections, because it's just easier for my brain. I'm sorry. But essentially you just glue these curved sections together and it creates your rounded edge. Like so. And as you glue the curved bits together, or along those seams, you create the front part of the helmet. And then I did the same for like the back side bit. So it's literally just like the same. This is really rough. I was really lazy with like the seams. I'm gonna hit this with probably my belt sander and foam clay and some quick seal. It's gonna need everything. And then my plan is to hot glue a ton on the inside to strengthen the seams. I will be adding padding on the inside, because let me show you what it looks on my head right now. Can I get this on without taking my glasses off? I don't. No. It's not stable. It moves, as you can see. So my goal is to make like padding that holds it in place, but that way it doesn't wiggle around like this. My only thing is I need to figure out how to make the hole in the head wider so I can like have my glasses on when I put it on, because this isn't possible once the mesh is in place, unless I make it where the mesh is removable. I might do that. So, this is where we're at. I'm gonna try and do the horns maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Work is busy, school is busy, so I'm just busy. But Hollow Knight's happening. I know I promised to do this for a while, and I'm so excited. Silk Song and a friend are the reason this is happening. My plan was to have this ready by Silk Song. I did not expect Silk Song to be coming out in 2 weeks. So I guess this is what I'm working on, even though I should be working on other stuff right now. I've been really bad about filming for this. So let me explain some of the details of this. This is the helmet that I made. You can see to scale for my head. My main thing is that you can't just set this on your head, because the head stops here and there's like this much gap between your head and the top of the helmet. So I got creative. There's like 50 millimeters of EVA foam at the top, which you can't see, making like a little pillar. A bowl from a frozen dinner, hot glued onto that as the headrest with fabric on top of that so it doesn't slip on my head. And it fits perfectly, okay? Best thing, even with my glasses on, I can put this on. See? And I can see out of my corner of my eye. The dead center's a little hard. But I can actually like have this on my head and it works. I'm gonna paint it now using vintage white from Plaid. And I'm not priming it because I'm lazy. So it's done. I'm really happy with this. It turned out so much better than I thought. Might be able to see just a little bit, and I'll show you all close up, that I made this really textured like I did my Hollow Knight statue that I 3D printed and painted a while back. This thing has such an ungodly amount of paint because of a mistake I made. I thought I was pulling out acrylic sealer and spraying it. I accidentally sprayed an enormous part of this with black spray paint. So the amount of layers of paint that had to go on this to cover that up, and it still didn't cover it fully, was a little insane. But that's my own fault. That was stupid. I really don't care though. This isn't like a competition piece or anything. This is literally like just for me. This is my boy. For this, I will say, so a lot of people use like that mesh fabric. I'm cheap and wanted to just use what I had around the house. This is a single piece of cotton fabric and it works remarkably well because like you can't see my hand inside at all. It's breathable, which is really good, and it's just hot glued on. So it's just cotton fabric on each, and then just acrylic paint on the whole thing. So you can see some of the remnants through the paint of the black spray paint. You can see a little bit here of like the cracking from the layers. I don't care. It's stuff I can edit out, and if you're too far away, you can't notice. It's really bumpy and textured, and I did it with a bone white because I didn't want it to be pure white. I like the bone white. Yes, I'm very proud with how this turned out. Firstly, don't judge me with the blanket. It is 25 degrees outside and I am cold. Secondly, I commissioned this from Animal. I will link her down below. This is so well made. It is so detailed. The minute that she said that she was doing commissions for the old nail, I was like, I need to get one because I want this to be really grungy and old looking. And I was like, I also want to like support artists. Like, look at this detailing. Look at this. Look at the like freaking rust detail down in the grooves and stuff. I could not have asked for a better nail than this one. And I'm so happy. All that to say, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I know this was really chaotic and I apologize for that.